In this video, I'd like to talk about how to create a Gantt chart. So I have some data here. We have 3 columns in the data. The first is the set of tasks. The second is a start date for each one, and the third is the duration. So I'm going to highlight those 3 columns and start in on the Gantt chart. So once I have them highlighted, I click Insert, and then what I want is a stacked bar chart, and so that's this second one here under the 2D bars. You could do the 3D bar chart if you wanted to, but it really doesn't add anything for us here. At this point, we have what's starting to be a Gantt chart. The first thing I'll do, of course, is change the chart title so it says Build a House. And then when I'm looking at this, I noticed that the foundation ought to really be on top, because that's the first thing we do, and flooring is probably the last thing we do, and so I need to fix those. So I'm going to click on the Y legend, and then click on Format. Okay. Now I'm going to click on the Y legend again because it somehow lost it. I want to click on Axis Options, but it's the there we go. We have Axis Options, and click on Categories in Reverse Order, so that changes foundation down to flooring, which is what I want. Second thing I notice is that my dates here on top are in 10-day intervals, and that doesn't make a lot of sense for us. What we really like, you know, we're used to 7-day intervals, and so I'm going to click on that, click on the X-axis labels, and then go to the units here and change that to 7. So I go somewhere else, and so I can see that's changed. It's a little ugly because we have more of them, so they're overlapping, so I make it a little bit wider so it's easier to see. And then there's 2 more things I want to do. First is I'd like to move the start date for the whole thing over to June 1st. And so I click back on here on the axis options for the chart. And there we go. What I really need is that, because we use the date serial number on the bounds here, what I really need to do is figure out what June 1st is for the date serial for date June 1st. And so what I'm going to do here is just type equals and then click on June 1st, and then highlight that again, go back up to the number format box up here and click on General. So when I do that, I see that my date serial number for the June 1st is 42,156. So I type that in here, click on the Enter button, and so that changes that to start at the 1st of June. That looks good. The last thing I have to do for the Gantt chart is I want to get rid of these. Well, excuse me, I don't want to show the blue bars because all they're doing is holding over. They're the start date, and they hold the red over to where it's supposed to start. So that they're good for that, but they're kind of distracting, and that's not what I want. So I click on a blue bar, and I go to click on Fill here, and I click on No Fill, and click somewhere else, and there's the Gantt chart. So I don't think you should have a lot of trouble with that. It's quite straightforward. Good luck.